Today, I'm so honored to announce our speaker of Creative Mornings, Toby Keough.
Okay, it's so cold and I want to hug all of you. Why don't we just hug ourselves really quick and get it from me? Warm ourselves up. Okay.
Toby, for those who may not know what a bright light you are, can you tell us who the heck you are?
My name's Toby.
Hi.
I am a painter. I do mostly large-scale botanicals. Yeah, sorry, I'm so nervous.
You're doing so awesome. Woo!
I'm crazy, so I'm worried the things that are gonna come out of my mouth is really what I'm trying to worry about here.
Our theme is blossom. So when you hear the word blossom, what comes to your mind?
I always feel really inspired by flowers. That sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. And so when I think of blossoming, I think of bright, joyful flowers that you can't help but smile, or something that is so intriguing and delicate and just for a small season, and that's what I think of.
As far as blossom, who or what has been the roots in your life as an artist?
I would say my family is definitely my roots. I've been married 27 years yesterday.
Hey.
And I have 4 really incredible kids. 3 of them are amazing, functioning humans in society. And 1 is a 15-year-old, so jury's out. My
Really kept you
family has
grounded.
always kept me super grounded. And honestly, for my 20s into my 30s, they were my whole focus. And all of my creative focus was creating special little events for them every holiday, every little thing that I could just put my creativity in. And that's where I really just wanted to create just for the ones I love, right?
I'm curious about who are the integral people or organizations or community members that have been maybe the sunlight, maybe the watering can to you.
I only have a high school education. I don't know how else to say that. I didn't go to school for anything. And so really for me, my education has been a community in the Northwest, has been Terrain, has been Emerge, has been artists that are sitting here right now that have encouraged me, inspired me to be oh wow, what the fuck? These people can do crazy, huge things. You could dream bigger once you see people taking those steps. And for me, Terrain has been really huge. Farm Chicks was one, I had this huge dream to be a part of, and that was a great building block, and yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the garden bed, or the place where you felt safe to grow.
Again, because I'm just self-taught, my garden bed was anything that I could try and look up and figure out on my own. I made furniture for a really long time. I kind of was known as the chair lady, and a lot of the things that I've done, being married so young and not having a lot of resources, really has been from the garbage and thrift stores, and seeing having a dream and trying to execute it at a low cost, right? Because it costs a couple bucks, but just teaching myself how to accomplish these big dreams and things, making chairs. It was all right, I'm gonna tear apart a chair, I'm gonna look at all the pieces and figure it out, and so many of them were shit, but I was just I had this dream to make functional art, and so that was one of my garden beds of tilling work. Same with painting. Once I stopped upholstering fabric, painting was really just teaching myself the style I was wanting. When you're I want to be a painter, and then I only did my kids' bedrooms and spaces in our homes, and then once I wanted to go bigger or try outside of that, it was really trying to figure out how to make it work, right?
All right, Toby, blossoms do not last forever. How have you experienced cycles of, let's start with death in your art?
Okay, I love this. I actually made this whole beautiful speech for you, and It was so, anyways. And the thing that Rose loved the most, like in my speech, I just got done talking about doing furniture and I was like, and it died. Like, it's so true. So many seasons in our lives, we like till the ground. We're learning how to do it. We're making it, and like doors are opening and things are happening, and you're like selling the thing and doing it, and then all of a sudden it just like doesn't work out the same, right? You're like, how can I source more materials? How can I find these things? And I think for me, it was once those things started happening to take a step back and being like, okay, maybe the season's done. Like, what else is out there? And a huge death in my life was my uterus. And so that really led me from not being able physically to do furniture and upholstery work, and I started painting. And so in death, I felt like birthed something new within me. And I think for a long time, people were like, oh, are you gonna do these chairs? Are you gonna do these things? And like, I felt like I kept wanting to evolve and change and do something different. And then let's talk about depression, like with sadness and death, right? Where you're trying to do something you felt like accomplished in this thing, and then it kind of died, and then you're like, who am I? Where am I? What can I do? Do I have more? Can I think of more creative ideas? Can I get that spark? And it's really fucking hard. Sorry. And COVID was a forced death on all of us, right? Like, we got all stuck inside of our homes and trying to figure out what to do. I took that time after that same season, my uterus left me, and now I have a blank abyss inside of me, not a big deal. But in that, I just started painting again and having fun and creating. And but with that death was the birth of trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my own space when I was stuck in it, you know?
So you started with like reupholstering furniture.
Yes.
During this death and during COVID, was there a switch from this to painting, and what was the switch? What got you started?
Yeah, it was just being stuck inside and painting and having fun doing it. And I think the pressure of like being younger and always wanting to create my own space beautifully, whether it was with, you know, I couldn't afford these beautiful things, and I was just like, I'm gonna make it, I don't even care, you know, and painting became that too. It's like I wanted all these wallpapers, all of these things, but I mean, wallpaper is so expensive. So it was like, let's just paint it. And in that, I feel like Instagram has always been a really great resource to connect with people, and I got a lot of encouraging messages saying, oh, I like what you're doing, and like something within me was like, okay, maybe this is the next thing. And I just kept trying to paint. Like, literally, my friend was a physician. I'm like, please, can I paint your clinic? Every person's house, I was like, can I paint it? Can I try this? Like, and it's just paint. So I'd like, they didn't like it, I just paint over it. Let's try again, you know? And
So I first came to know you through your humongous flowers.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this passion that you found now for big flowers.
Okay. Well, the passion for big is I don't know how to paint small. It's so hard. Scale is so crazy for me. I don't, my brain doesn't work small. So when I'm doing murals, it really is like I need a wall to practice on, because I made a joke earlier about the Adobe, which is really awesome, but I don't have those skills in computering or making or like rendering. I did this one project for the Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery and a couple other with friends where they're like, submit your idea, and I'm like literally with a colored pencil like, I really hope they like this. Like, I guess it's just like you do what with what you got. And I don't project. I just did at this job. I've got some friends who encouraged me to project the logo of this business, because that's like so frustrating to. But yeah, I just have big scale.
Tell us, how does it feel now seeing your work bloom across Coeur d'Alene?
It feels really special. It feels so cool. Thank you. I'm not super profound person, or I don't feel like I have this depth of words to go along with my paintings. People ask me all the time, like, what do you think, or what does this mean? And honestly, I just want to make people smile. Everything in this world is really hard. Things are tough, and this makes me smile. And if I can, have this thing that makes people just for 1 second smile, like that flower that's just kind of like on the dirt that no one really sees, like, to me, that's the place I want to be. I have to say, like, maybe 2 years ago, like, as I was, like, really trying to pump myself up, like, I want to do this, mural work or painting, I was like, I have this dream to be obnoxious and everywhere, and, right, you just start posting stuff. Maybe you get it in 2 or 3 places, but, like, somehow in people's brains, you're like, you're everywhere. Not really, but when it's big and obnoxious, it's everywhere.
Aside from painting large-scale flower murals, can you tell me how you find creativity in art through expressing in fashion?
Oh, yes. Well, because of when I used to upholster furniture, I just mix match all fabrics, right? Textile. I'm a big toucher and yeah. But so for me, it's all like tactile, and honestly, I have zero fucks. I can't care anymore. I just want to smile. And again, it's just for myself. Like, the more stuff I put on, I feel like kind of incognito, which is different. I know I'm not, because I think I do stand out, but like, for me, it's like, oh, no one knows who I am. I'm just like this obscure, crazy person walking around, which is pretty great. It makes people smile.
Aside from seeing you maybe on the street, where can people find your art throughout Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area?
Okay.
Maybe to look at.
I've done the From Here store at the Terrains.
Downtown Mall.
Yeah. The Veda Lux up at the South, right now, Perry District.
Perry District,
Perry
yes.
District, and the Vanessa Beeham Crisis Nursery. I've done all the fern stores. I've done a lot of things in Coeur d'Alene. I just did it outside of the building, which was really cool. Like, my big dreams are like just bigger palettes, right? So this one was just like a small little storefront. So, every step's a good step. But a couple coffee shops and a puppy store this summer, and I'm working on a cookie dough place, so I don't know. I also have a little working boutique, or working studio, there we go, in Coeur d'Alene above Vault Coffee. So if you're ever in Coeur d'Alene, come up, say hi. I'm usually up there painting if I'm not somewhere else. And the little boutique I painted called Bird and Lily, you can find my paintings there if you want to purchase one. Or yeah, I'm on Instagram, Toby Ray.
Well, so if you want to see Toby's beautiful garden of work throughout Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, I would hop on her Instagram, which is at Toby Ray, and check out these really cool places.
.com.
Is it .com?
No, I don't know.
Kind of to wrap this up, our theme is Blossom, and we have tons of beautiful friends sitting here. What do you hope people take away from your journey with you growing and blossoming and dying and rebirthing? And like, what do you hope people sitting here today just take away from you as an artist?
I would take, like, there's this little flower, it's a wildflower, it's called a champion flower, right? And it could grow like in the cracks of concrete. It's like in the alleys. It's just like this bulbous little happy flower, wildflower. It probably has a different name, but I'm just, I'm not, whatever, technical. But I want you to be that flower growing in the crack. Concrete's hard. It's not great as great circumstances for a flower to grow, but can still spread its joy and happiness. And don't let things get in your way. Just do it. If you don't have the material, source it from the garbage. Source it from a friend. If you need a wall, ask someone to make their home beautiful. If you're have this desire to do it, just keep doing it, because it builds on it, right? Like all those little steps of just doing it. I was so afraid of painting, for years. I would just paint murals, and I just thought it was like a cute little thing for our home. But then it was once you realize it could be bigger and you just keep trying, I think, yeah, that's all we're here for, right? Growing, changing, trying, dying.
And reblooming.
Reblooming.
I'm curious if there's any creatives that want to know more. I have a question for my friend Toby up here.
And I'm just curious, as a fellow mom, just like, what have you done to nurture creativity for your kids and helping them find their direction, knowing that they're inheriting kind of a crazy world? And any advice for the young ones on their start to their artist journey?
Okay, I love that. I think with my kids, just exposure, right? Just letting them see so many different kinds of arts and learning all the different things and just giving them the opportunity to play in that, and playing with them is so fun, and showing them that it doesn't have to look a certain way or be a certain way. I have my 15-year-old, he is super talented. He's an artist, but he doesn't want to be like his mom, which is understandable. But like, just to like keep being in their ear, like, what have you created? What are you doing? Like, still just like being there, trying to shape them, giving them opportunity, and like really letting them, because like all of us, right, we need that within ourselves to take the step to do it. And so just creating a place so it's easy, right?
Bringing it back to the fashion, let's talk about this. I love your style. Just wanted to know, like, do you have any like fashion icons? Do you have a favorite, I don't want to say fashion house, but a designer? Where's your favorite thrift store? Let's talk about this. Okay. You look so cool.
Global Neighborhood Thrift is really freaking awesome. So good. And in Coeur d'Alene on Southeast, there's these little bins, which I love. They're like $1 for a fabric item, which can add up quickly. Iris Apple, obviously, she's like an icon, and I don't know if I necessarily have someone or like a look that I'm going for, or like something that I like that. It's more like what is available or what I have, and then like trying to make that work, right? I love vintage, and I really love bright 60s kind of funky fabric. So anytime I could find something and then try to make it into something is my jam. And really just mixing things. And a lot of times I collect a lot, so then you could build on an outfit, right?
I was wondering, you said you want to do bigger stuff. Can you name like a dream project?
Yes, a big building. Anyone know of any that want me to try? I have no idea how I would even execute it, right? Because I don't know computers. Or I don't even know how would you like draw it out. But oh man, my dream is just to have 100 flowers on a wall or something. I don't know. That's the big dream. So we started with like a 4-foot wall, and I'm just gonna keep going bigger outside.
My question kind of goes for a lot of artists. Once you establish a brand and recognizable art, how do you deal with creating something that you don't like anymore, or you want to explore different things? How do you transition? Say, you love flowers now, but what if one day you randomly had an aversion to them, or
Totally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's real.
No, that's the fear, honestly, right? I don't know, but I think with like when I went from upholstery to like painting, that was really, really difficult. Like, because people would be like, oh, we want this. And I'm like, cool, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. And painting, same, gag of my old paintings, hated it all. But then like also trying just to appreciate like each stages of our lives, right? As a older woman sitting before you. Because it is the stage of where you are at in your life, and the skills you have, the intention of it, to try and find beauty in that, and then just keep building on it and just keep trying. I mean, yeah.
You alluded to it a little bit, but what are some ways that you deal with your depression and creativity and like coming out of that?
That's a great question. I love it. Well, yeah, I have really bad seasonal depression and regular depression. Just the regular kind, you know, look at this world, it's crazy. I think it's a push, right? We've got to push it out, especially like right now. Like I feel this urgency, like it's so crazy. It's so destructive. There's so much going on, no matter what side you're on, no matter what your belief systems are, that I think this is the time, like for me right now, is just to like birth forth those things that I want to do. Like I want to create this beauty for the world because I just, like that's all I can do to stay sane, right? Or to stay. And it's so hard when you're like in that mindset to also just create, right? Because you're just like, I want to lay down and have fun. But like also we have to find a way to push through, right? Like we have to. So I don't know, it's a lot of just crying, doing, talking to friends. I feel like community, this right here is so freaking awesome to have people that we can like encourage those things that we're doing and talk about new ideas and like, because I think also as we move forward in this crazy world, this is what's gonna keep us sane and this is what's gonna keep us creating in this crazy time.
Really quick, can we all just give one big loving round of applause for Toby Keough?
Thank you, Toby.
Do some printmaking with Kokia, grab some breakfast, make some music, love on your creatives. I love you.
Thank you for coming.